Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am at Land's End. This is a place on the south shore of Long Island in a town called Sayville. It's like a catering hall. They have weddings, sweet 16s, communions, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, I'm sure. Also, I had my senior banquet at Land's End, and it is a beautiful venue inside and outside. It is gorgeous. Just down by the water, and just kind of, it's such a weird time right now, and I just wanted to kind of like vent and just share my thoughts on what's going on. Hey guys, so I just wanted to come on and say the video you are about to see is just my thoughts regarding the coronavirus, just my opinion and feelings on what's going on. That was filmed on Thursday, April 2nd. It's currently Saturday, April 4th. And I went to work yesterday for a few hours. They called me in. And I'm going to be working this upcoming week. As of now, I might get a text saying they don't need me. But as of right now, I am working this week. Of course, it's reduced hours. It's not my normal 9 to 6. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm working 12 to 6:30. And Thursday, Friday, I'm working 3:30 to 6:30. So to my understanding, as of now, I spoke with my boss yesterday, and basically they're doing like a 1 week on, 1 week off type of thing, as long as this whole thing lasts, because we have so few kids. So all the people that just worked this past week are going to be off this coming week. And since I was off this past week, I'll be working for this coming week. And then the week after, I'll be off. So I will be collecting unemployment, but it's going to be like every other week type of thing, since I am still working. So I just wanted to give you guys a little update on the whole work situation. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks guys, enjoy the video. So like I said, I'm on Long Island. I live on Long Island. I was born and raised here, and a lot of stuff going on right now with the coronavirus is happening right where I live. You know, there are a lot of cases in Suffolk County, which is where I am. But there's a lot more in Nassau County, which is west of me, and then of course in New York City it's very bad. You know, there are a lot of people living, but there are also a lot of people dying, and it really doesn't matter who you are or your age or anything. I mean, obviously like young children and like older people and people with like pre-existing conditions, obviously it's, you know, a higher risk for them. But there's also a lot of people that I've been hearing about in their 20s who are otherwise perfectly healthy who are getting this and dying, which is scary because I'm in my 20s and I'm not like the healthiest person, but I'd say I'm pretty healthy. So that's scary. But there's also people who are in like their 80s and 90s getting this and living, which is great, but it's kind of weird that like people in their 20s who are pretty much healthy are dying. So it's just a really scary time. I work at a daycare, who as of now is open. We're considered an essential business. I don't know how. That's also another issue I have with this, because about a week or two ago they said all non-essential businesses like need to close in New York, otherwise like you could be fined or whatever. So to me, I consider like grocery stores, gas stations, obviously like hospitals, like essential. Other than that, and banks, because obviously people need to be able to like get their money. But other than that, I don't consider like anything else really essential. And there's so many places that are apparently essential, like daycares, like where I work is still open. I've heard like hardware stores are open. There's even like some like salons that are getting like exempt from it and being considered essential, which is ridiculous. Like, and there's so many like essential businesses that I don't really think are essential, that I feel like it's not really helping like slow down things, because so many people are still out and having to go to work. Now my job is still open, and I was working for the first like 3 weeks of this, and now I haven't been to work in the past week because I guess the number of kids we're getting is so low that like they don't really need a lot of staff. Also, all like essential places were required to cut their staff like in half, pretty much. So all the part-time people pretty much got laid off. There's like 4 people in management. 2 of them got like laid off. This is all like temporary, like once things go back to normal, obviously these people will like have their jobs back. But you know, they just have to cut costs. And then all the full-time people pretty much went down to a part-time status. So I'm full-time, so I went down to like part-time. Like they were like, oh, like I usually work 9 to 6 Monday through Friday. So they were like, oh, can you do 12 to 6 or 2 to 6, you know, like just like cutting my hours here and there, which was okay. I was like, all right. There were still like some days I was working 9 to 6. I wasn't really staying till 6 because since there's really no traffic, because a lot of people are staying home, so there really isn't a lot of traffic. So like the parents who were working, who maybe got their kids at 6, were able to get there at 5 because the traffic wasn't as bad, which a couple of kids in my class are there until 6 and their parents were getting there at 5. So I wasn't even staying until 6. And then last Thursday, so a week ago, I got a text from my boss saying, hey Alexa, we're overstaffed, like we have plenty of staff, like you can take the day off. And I was like, okay, like am I still doing my regular 9 to 6 tomorrow? And she said, yeah. Then I get a text Friday morning, hey, can you do 3:30 to 6:30 today? Which I thought was kind of stupid because it's like 3 hours and it's at the end of the day when like most of the kids are gone already. And I was like, okay, sure, because like I'm a team player and like I need the hours, I need the money, so I was like, okay, sure. And then I got a text at like 2:30 being like, a lot of kids have already left, like we don't really need you to come in, sorry for the confusion. And then I was like, okay, no problem. So I already had been told I was gonna have that Monday off. So then I said, is my schedule next week still the same? Like I know I have Monday off, but then like Tuesday through Friday, am I still 9 to 6? And she said, yeah. So I was like, okay, Monday I had off. I think I got a text Monday night saying they didn't need me for Tuesday, and it's pretty much been like that. Then like I got a text Tuesday saying they didn't need me for Wednesday. So pretty much every day I'm getting a text around like 4 or 5 o'clock whether they need me or not, and so far it's been no. But it is like a 50-50, like they could need me, but like I think at this point it's very rare that they're gonna need me. When I was still there, like the first 3 weeks when this all started, out of like, we have an app where we could like see all the kids, so there's 107 kids that go there, and that includes like the before and after care kids who are like school age, so like 5 to like 12 year old kids. And there were 107 kids that go there. Out of all those kids, we had like less than 30 in the building, which is crazy considering all the schools were closed, and you'd think maybe some of those parents were essential. And like there's probably like 20 school age kids, maybe more total, and like 3 or 4 of them were coming in every day. So not even a lot of them were coming in. So this stuff is just really scary. Joey works in healthcare and his office shut down. But he might get called to go to, you know, one of the hospitals out in Nassau or the city. It's voluntary, and like for him, like he has asthma, like he was born with asthma, and he's like overweight, so he's definitely at like a higher risk. So he's going to say no if he gets called, because it is voluntary for him since he's a medical assistant. I think if he was a nurse or a doctor, it might be different. Like, I'm pretty sure for doctors, if they get called, it's like mandatory, like they have to go. But I know for MAs, it's voluntary for where he works. So he's going to say no, like we've been talking about it, but it's just really scary. Like this whole thing, like at first, I don't know, when it first started coming around, it was like, oh, like it doesn't seem terrible, and I did hang out with one of my friends like a couple times, and now I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, you know, there's people like dying from this, and I'm like hanging out with my friend, like everything's like fine. But now that like I've realized how serious it is, I'm really like, I'm an introvert anyway, so I'm pretty much okay with staying at home. But also, like, it is April and like it's starting to get nice out. It's beautiful out today. I was actually headed to Aldi and I was like, I need to go somewhere. I need to like get some fresh air, even though I don't plan on getting out of my car. But I drove down to Land's End, which is like 20 minutes from my house, and like there are a lot of cars here today. Like, okay, let me show you guys the scene. So like there's all these cars that are just here, and then like, I don't know if you could see the building, hold on. Oh, from this way you can. So that's like the building. But there's more cars coming in. There's just like a lot of people. Like usually I come here to like watch the sunset. You can get like some really great pictures and whatever, and there's usually a lot of cars here because like who doesn't want to watch the sunset? But like, I don't know, because so many people are stuck in their house right now, they're probably just coming out, and no one's really getting out of their cars. Everyone's pretty much just sitting, trying to stay sane. And like I said, I don't plan on getting out of my car. I'd love to step outside and like breathe in some fresh air, but it's scary because this stuff is like airborne and you don't know who's contagious and who's not, or who's carrying it. I'd like to think that people who have it wouldn't be outside at all. So yeah, I was like, it's too beautiful today. Like I'm probably, unless I get called in to go into work tomorrow, I'm probably not gonna go outside or go outside all weekend. And the only reason I'm here is because I was coming outside anyway, you know, to do my food shopping. So it's just a crazy time we're living in right now, and I just keep thinking like this will pass, like it'll be over at some point, but like who knows? Like I'd like to think it'll be like maybe a month or two and then it'll be done and we could all have like a nice enjoyable summer. But who knows, this thing could last until, I don't know, I was hearing like 18 months, which is crazy. But I don't know, this thing hasn't even reached its peak yet, so hopefully that's coming soon, and then it'll just start to die off and be done, because it's really crazy. But I am glad that I got to come out here and like enjoy some outside time, even though I'm just sitting in my car. But this is the new normal for right now. The only videos you'll probably see coming from me lately are going to be like story times and like cooking / baking videos, because honestly, like I can't go anywhere to do any adventure videos, and like this is the time of year that I do them because it's nice enough to go places. So it's really sad that this is happening, because as much of an introvert as I am, I do love to get outside and like go to like state parks and beaches and, you know, just like scenic, beautiful places like in nature. So I am really sad that I mean, in the near future, that's not going to be happening. But like I said, let's all hope and pray that this thing blows over sooner rather than later, and we could all start living normally again. And I would just like to say thank you to all the essential workers everywhere. You know, post office workers, restaurants, even though they're not seeing people in the restaurant, they're still delivering, they're still doing like takeout. So all those people, bankers, supermarkets, hospitals, daycares like where I work, just thank you to all the essential workers for keeping things going. Yeah, please give this video a like, comment if you're an essential worker or not, and what's going on, where you're from. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. And subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.